Welcome to this broadcast in Zebra Graveyard Park with an electrifying atmosphere here today. A great anticipated game that we've all been waiting for, and we have the teams arriving onto the field. You can hear in the background that this is going to be an absolute thriller, and the week has ended, the time has come, and there's no more talking now, as we have some of our fans on our right and left hand side, as we're just going to go to some of our fans right over here, as we are here with Boland. Boland, any score predictions?
28-15 in progress.
28-15 for progress. There you have it. Ho blow ho. Okay, great fans. As we walk onto our right hand side here, as we are just moving onto our right hand side. What's the score prediction here? What's the score prediction?
Progress 38 and Young Good 28.
Young Good 28, progress 38. There you have it. So also see the game is about to get going. Do not miss out as we will come to you with the commentary. Stay there, we are going. Great stuff, let's go. Crowd is ready, everyone up and running for what is going to be an great matchup. Teams taking the field here, and I'm sure, I am very sure that it's going to be a great matchup with both teams looking pretty good on paper. But we know that paper is not what this game has about to give us. We know that it's all between these four lines on Graveyard Park. There is no way that any of these fans will be missing out on what is going to be a great matchup between two great teams. Number one versus number two. Exciting stuff here. And we are broadcasting this straight out of Zebra from the platform of Buildup, of course. So we thank all our subscribers from far and near subscribing into this game. And we want to urge you to subscribe to the page of Buildup as we are about to run through the teams with the away team, Young Good, with Zach Michaels, Yannick Duplessis and Bradley Turin in the first three, and then Lemur Hill, the captain. And he's pairing his Lee Van Kani with Elvin Martinez and Steven Johnson making up the flanker pairs. And as we go to Keenan Sillier, the very great and prolific big Keenan Sillier. And as we go to the backs, it's Marcel Jenison, Gregory Van der Bank, Sanlam Duplessis on the winger side 11, and then the center pairing, Rayward the Brain, with Sean Skippers, and finishing it off in the back three is Kerwin Kibedu and Brendan Plages for Young Good. And progress, a familiar foe, Franklin James, Ricardo Stout, and Herman Volstedt. The pairing in the front, and then there is the captain Ruan Birkus leading his team always into great matchups with Gregory Titus at the locks, and then Son Lindeboom and Wesley Vessels It should actually be at number 6. It is Marcelino Jacobs and Winsley Vessels. And then Donovan Rupiaki at number 8. It's Gidi Elcaro Filanda and the playmaker Donovan Julius at number 10 with the try-scoring machine Van Vogel at number 11. And the tank Kibedu at 12, and his partner who's been injured but back in the matchup is Christopher Sweeney Theodore, and the main Mostert, the speedster with Dino Mano. We are on and running as we look onto the field. As you can see, there is progress, and on your left hand side was Young Groups warming up. But this is going to be a great matchup. And all the talk of the week is done. Social media has been buzzing, but now it is all over. Now it is time to show what the coaches has instilled as progress come together in a huddle here under the beautiful Langeberger. Absolutely sensational stuff. You are not getting bigger than this. Number 1 versus number 2. Awaiting the kickoff. It is Dino Mano with the ball in hand, the fullback. He's got a massive boot on him, it's Dino Mano. And there we go. It is all over, all talks over now. It's Marcelino chasing, and it's the captain who finds the ball for progress, and they are well and truly ongoing is the blue train. Julius hands it off to Gregory Titus. And almost went in there. Marcelino hands it off to his partner in Winsley Vessels, who knocks it on. And now it's available for Tienison to Van der Bank. And here they come. Oh, beautiful hands from Young Goodhope's first hand. And it is Plaikis who went with a ball and a penalty first hand into the hands of Young Goodhope's. And immediately you can see a fast start onto this game. This is going to be incredible. And a nice kick there from Tienison. He is in electrifying atmosphere as we are going to our first set piece of the match, which will be a Young Goodhope's line out with Duplessis ball in hand. Duplessis feeds Marcelino. Has got the ball, and it is a knock-on, says the referee. And it might have been Hill who knocked it on in the line out, wanting to get the ball. But here is another set piece, and it is progress ball. Scrummaging the very first one of the match, and both scrums, or set pieces for that matter, has come in the first 2 minutes of this game, as it is Philander who feeds. And the ball is out. Strong scrum from Young Goodhope's, but the referee says that they have been offside in that regard before the kick he was offside. But we have a match-up here at hand. And it is Progress who's going to the line to get themselves out of danger. But what a match we have here today. Score predictions has came in. And there's also a halftime prize sitting that has been set out. And Dino Mano couldn't get a good clearance. Still in danger, but it's their ball with Ricardo Stout for the throw. And if you think about it, there's not much between the two, only the points. But these are two great teams, have met each other in Ashton, and Progress came out with the triumph. But Young Good Hopes, they would want to hit back, and surely they look very, very good. They are looking very, very, very good. It's been the first few minutes, and there has been 3 set pieces of this matchup. Ricardo Stout, and he is the captain, and his teammates walking. Rising high is Young Good Hopes and waiting on it, and it's Master Lino clearly. Here is Julius, who kicks it straight down the throat of Duplessis. Here's Young Good Hopes and spreads it out wide. Van der Bank, he leads it on to his captain Lemur. Or Nakani for that matter. And here they come, Van der Bank once more. Here's Duplessis. He's been held up, but now it's tackle made. And the ball sets out wide, beautifully picked up. And here he comes, sells the dummy, is Plaikis. Still available, Tienersen. Van der Bank, who ran straight into Christopher Theodore. And have to go and run in was Skippers. And here is the break in the middle. This is the captain running. Goodness me. He ran a few meters and offloaded to Skippers. But Young Good Hopes looking good, and it's a wide pass, and he's been shrugged off. Was Funty, and the first try comes through Sil here. Keenan Sil here for Young Good Hope scores the try. But what a run there by the captain Lemur Hill, who literally just spied a gap and went through it with great pace, offloaded it to Skippers, and then a wide pass from Tienersen. Look at that. Sil here, dots down. And we are waiting the kick to add some points. And that one is away by Plaikis, but they would be happy with the start with Young Good Hopes B. And they are on fire here, Young Good Hopes. And as I said, Progress, they need to watch out, because this is going to go down to the wire. Few silly mistakes from both teams, but first blood smelled by Young Good Hopes as Dino sends it down the throat, and that is a knock-on from Johnson. And he would be disappointed, but that's a massive kick. But what a start. What a start here by Young Good Hopes. Sillier, Keenan Sillier that was. And Progress, due to a mistake from Johnson, they are in a position to strike back. And scrum turning. Here is Julius with the short run onto Kibadu, and the ball is back with Julius once more. Oh, and he has lost it forward in that space and regard. And a knock-on, says the referee, into the tackle. And the tackle made by Duplessis, the left winger. That is Shanwen Duplessis. And Progress looking a bit jittery. But we know when they find their rhythm, they are an unstoppable feat of themselves. Philander to feet. And the scrum again just moving haywire. Here's Mpiaki. He gets past his man, but not without a fight. And the ball is available. Here's Franklin James running himself into some traffic. And the ball is open and secured by the captain. And that is a knock-on by Julius. Offside, says the referee. And here's a chance for some points. And they are immediately pointing to the sticks with Julius for the kick. And Progress, they just can't find their rhythm in this first 10 minutes of the game. It's young good hopes all over them. But here's a chance for points. Julius for the kick. He is the highest point scorer in the Streekuitdaag for all clubs. As he stays focused and comes forward, and that is over. 5 points to 3 it is. In 10 minutes. 2 points in it, and both teams is on the scoreboard here. And there he is at the bottom of your screen. Great tackler of a defense is Martinez. Massive kick, and it is Mano who strikes the ball massively, and he's got a huge boot. Goodness me, what a kick from Dino Mano. He has placed them in a position where they can strike back once more. And the captain, Ruan, is showing that he needs players at his side, and they are for the line out, and it is Duplessis. This is Yannick, and out wide, beautifully taken by Johnson. And here they come. Here's Van der Bank. Runs hard into the tackle of Winsley Vessels, and another great hit there by Gregory Titus. And it's available for young good hopes. Here's Tienerson onto his teammate, who runs hard over the captain of Progress, and these men are coming hard at each other, and they are spreading it wide. Van der Bank, beautiful pass, and just misses a few men. And here he comes, the sensational and absolutely quick Kibidu. Tienerson, here's Van der Bank. He needs to take it up, runs hard into Masterlino, and rips it out was Masterlino. And it was a knock-on in the tackle as well. So it's really a back and forth. But it was a massive, massive kick to get them out of danger from Dino at the fullback. And the scrums hasn't looked that well and well oiled from both teams. But we would know that as the game progresses, it will get much better, and it is Tienerson who feeds, and it's a massive scrum from young good hopes. Progress standing tall as well. Here's Van der Bank spying a gap. He's been tackled by his opposite position, Donovan. And finding a space was Plaikis. Zenovan got a hand in there and couldn't get away from him was Duplessis. Here is Van der Bank with a cross kick. There's man out wide. It is Jermaine Mostert and his opponent. Here they come again, and it's an open try line. And once more, Young Good Hope scores. Too easy. Keenan still here with another one. Oh boy, oh boy. Progress supporters with their hands on their head. What has just unfolded in front of them is not much short of a sensational run. But as you can, if you look at it, you can see that there is just beautiful running between and great chemistry between the captain of Young Good Hopes. Hill urging his men on to play the ball, and he was in that run over there, and then they just went forward, and it was Kibedu, and that's the kick, and it is over from Plaichis. And it is 14 points to 3. Points to 3. Excuse me. That game has gone so quickly, I forgot the score. This Young Good Hope side is literally just blistering, and they have come to play. Surely now a massive kick, and beautifully taken in by Johnson once more. Here they come, it's Van der Bank. Strong on his feet, but taken down by Stout. Available for Young Good Hopes. Backwards, and Hill is there, but it's into the hands of Tuoren. And he is spying a gap, and on the inside, beautifully done, chased by Genova on his opposite. And this is great running, and just couldn't hold it on. Goodness me, was Martinez. But Young Good Hopes, they are playing all the rugby now. From Johnson on the inside, straight to Duplessis, Sanwan Duplessis, and then from there, he just couldn't pick it up, was Martinez. But Young Good Hopes, they are full of fire here. They are full of fire. They came to play because they know if they can stop this side, then Progress, they would have to go with 2 games, and it's a penalty. Angling in, says the referee. And it was Tuoren who just angled in there. And the scrum went haywire, but Progress well and truly under the belt. And it's Mano to aid some relief, and doesn't find the relief. Here's Plaichis, and he looked as if he wanted to kick, and they are still playing it, running hard into the man was the brain. And quick tap. Here's Masterlino. Here's Johnwell. Wide to Jermaine Mostert. He won't be stopped. Try time. Progress in. There is no way that you can stop Jermaine Mostert that close to the line. He will almost always score. Sensational stuff. Beautiful. And quick thinking by Masterlino. He just stepped the ball and then to John Wilkibedu. And there they went on and score. And a much needed try for Progress. And if Julius can put this over, then they will be 2 points behind. And he's got a boot on him. But surely now the match is on, and Progress, if they can just keep on adding up and just keep on pressing themselves against what is an exceptional Young Good Hope side, they might clinch this. But it's going to cost. It's going to cost everything inside of everyone. Julius strikes the ball and no. Just didn't have the distance. And they are still 4 points in behind. And it is the supporters of Progress who is sounding the alarms, urging their team on to go. But Young Good Hopes won't be faced. They wouldn't be faced. Kickoff by Vanderbank. Here is Master Lino. Runs hard and runs into space. Mano is with him, but he passes it wide to Jermaine Mostert, who kicks the gap in behind. And he needs to get it. Mostert picks it up, and it is an offload. Left it in behind. Goodness gracious me. Knock on by the captain, or actually Herman Vilskut. Beautiful stuff. Jermaine Mostert. But what a run by Master Lino. And I said the other day that this man is in contention of Seabrook Player of the Season. Number 6 on his back. He could have passed it on to Dino, but spied Jermaine Mostert, who needs nothing. And Herman just couldn't get the ball. And here's another feed from Tennyson. And it is breaking loose. He break loose Wassel here. Kicked it out wide into the deep, into the hands of Jermaine Mostert, the try scorer. Here's Dino Mano, who puts it up high into the air, and he's chasing. Taken by Johnson, beautifully taken. Wrapped by Mano and Mostert. Here's Tennyson to Vanderbank. Spreads it out wide. Oh, what a step. Goodness me, this man has great feet. And a great run. And he's still going. Is the brain. Skippers. That was. But the man with the electrifying feet is Duplessis. And that's Sanwan Duplessis. Steps his opponent and then pedal on the metal. Gas up. And puts into space the incredible Skippers. But he just couldn't finish it. But both teams, they are looking pretty good here today. The wind has went down. It's an absolute peach of a day for some running rugby. One of the biggest in the Boland Streekuitdaag, if not the biggest. It's Progress are discussing what the strategy is going to be in the scrummaging. But a high intensity game here. And just some running repairs has been on the field. And it's Alcado Philander with the feed for Progress. They haven't done well in the scrummaging, and Philander feeding. Now they are standing still. Here is Christopher Sweeney with the ball. And he's running into some heavy traffic. Tackled well by the brick wall of Young Good Hopes. Here's Herman Vilskut. Runs beautifully there into Skippers. Julius into the hands of Franklin James on the inside, and James running hard. Here is Sweeney once more. And the referee says he knocked it on. And another scrum. 12 points to 8. And this 20 minutes has flown by. And a lot of people came from Eston to support young Good Hopes. And as well as Seabrook supporters here, we have a well and truly great support base here in the Boland. Here's Vanderbank. He gives it out wide, and now they are still running. Here's Pleitjes. Pleitjes runs the dummy and kicks it in behind, but cooked it too much. And they are just looking relaxed while running with the ball, these young Good Hopes. Putting Progress under immense pressure. But both teams are up for the challenge. Surely they would have spoken about this during the week, that it's a challenge that needs both the forward pack and the back line to come together and gel well. As we urge everyone, while you are watching this game, make sure to subscribe at Blow Sheep Live, as they also do the rugby camos. And here is Master Lino backwards, and now there's a knock-on, says the referee. Running it hard in is young Good Hopes for another one. Here's Hill, the captain. Vanderbank, he drops it off short for his inside center. Tienerson, Nikani runs hard, and it's available for Tienerson. Vanderbank, short run. Oh, Johnson has been hit hard. Actually, Martinez with the ball. It's available for young Good Hopes. Here comes the captain, Hill. Centimeters away of the try line. Available, and they are picking and going. Still going is Nikani. Here's Vanderbank. Sillier. Still going is Sillier. Scores his third. Goodness me. Keenan Sillier. I have said before this game, he wants to be stopped. And Sillier in front of the sticks. Very, very difficult to bring down. Bumps out of one. And then went over. And young Good Hopes, they are flying in this game. And this is in front of the sticks for Pleitjes. And it's over. And stretching the lead to 19 points to 8. Young Good Hopes, they came with fire, and look at that, still here. Not easy to stop there. Beautiful stuff as it just shrugs off a tackle, passed through two tackles, and then just on the left-hand side of the post, he's in again. And the referee signals that there's an injury and someone needs to come off. And as De Villiers, who is making ready at number 19, or not, there's Gregory, he's coming back. As Dino Mano restarts once more, and Progress are finding themselves in a difficult position. Running with it was Johnson. And knocked it on. Here's Vessels who picked it up for Progress. Not releasing, says the referee, and it's a penalty. And here's Master Lino once more, and it's a penalty. Kitty to Franklin James. James stopped in his track right there. And it's still advantage play. Not going anywhere with it. Here's the captain running hard into defense. And Kitty with a quick ball. Here's Julius to Winsley Vessels. Been tackled well. And that is spread out wide. Yeah, it's an over and Mostert. The combination of the wingers. Mostert coming from far off looking for work. That's how incredible he is. Philander. Short run. Here's Donovan Mpiaki. And he scores. Yes, boy. Yes, boy. Quick thinking from Master Lino there, and from there it just went haywire, and there he scores. Look at that. Goodness me. Beautifully done. From the captain, he just draw two men onto him, Ruan Beekers, and then drops it off onto Donovan Mpiaki, who scores the try. And this should be an easy kick for Progress as they are crawling and digging their way back into this matchup. Julius drills it down the middle. $15 points to 19. And there is still belief in this Progress side as we can look at the beautiful mountains at the back, and just beneath that you can see alongside the line the fans supporting there, which is incredible in Boland. There is not a Saturday in winter that the field is not full, and Plaikis just couldn't get it into the 10 meters. And Ruan Beekers, beautifully done, taking it up to halfway, past halfway. Yes, Franklin James, they're still going. And he's went over it, was Mastelino, and drops off to the try scorer, Mpiaki. Didn't come away, says the referee. Penalty, not releasing, tackler not releasing. And Herman looking to play quick. But decided not to, as they got the penalty for tackling, not rolling away or not releasing. And here's a chance for Julius to add to his point tally as well as the team's to make it a one-pointer. This is number 1 versus number 2 in the league. These two teams has been doing their utmost best, and if I have to say so myself, incredibly well. As Julius hits it beautifully, and it is over. There's no doubt about that. That one went straight over the top of the sticks. 18 points to 19. Look at that beautiful strike that we've just seen. 1 point in this, and for a minute it looked like Progress was down and out. 19 points to 8. They just scored 10 points in more than 2 minutes. Here is Vessels running hard into the defense of Nikani, and he's still going. To the captain it goes, and the captain running well. He's brought to the ground. Available for Franklin James, as James moves more meters. Still running hard was Gregory Titus. The ball is out, and they have come on, and it's Julius who spies a gap. Running into defense. Oh, he's running hard into the defense of Young Good Hopes. And Winsley just couldn't hold on. Offside. He took the ball on the ground, and Tienesen Price quickly spies a gap. And spies it a gap and running hard. It's Young Good Hopes. Goodness me, these players are running everywhere. And the referee is bringing them back. Telling them, just relax, guys, just relax. And they were not 10 meters away, and it is Plaikis for the kick. But what a run there from Young Good Hopes. And they almost always draw points when they come into this part of the field. And just shy of the 22 is that kick. Line out for Young Good Hopes. And Yannick Duplessis, he would want to make sure that he finds either Nikani, Martinez or Johnson. It's a short line out, and he finds Johnson. Here's Tienersen, and here is Nikani. Still going, he's running through the whole defense. Tienersen, here is the captain, onto Van der Bank. And if he can just hold it on, goodness me, slips it, his skippers. And that was an absolute peach of a run from Nikani. Then to the captain, and at the back, Van der Bank, who puts Johnson into the gap. Not Johnson, Skippers into the gap. And he just couldn't hold on, knocked on the try line, and that could have and most probably would have spelled so much danger for Progress. And they would not want to leave out points in this half of the field. It is Philander. Here is Kibedu, the tanker, running hard and still busting tackles is Kibedu. And advantage play, says the referee. And he gives the penalty. And there was an arm that came out as the referee spied it. And Progress. And the referee is trying to have a discussion now, calling the captain, Hill, to just say, calm down, boys, calm your boys down. And please do not get hands involved. And we know in these type of matches, the men usually, they get pretty angry and they get pretty frustrated, which is understandable because it is a contact sport. But it's not a boxing sport. And Dino, again, couldn't kick the ball out. It's Johnson who has a far run out. And he plays it arm to Silhier, the try scorer. And he runs into his opposite, Mpiaki. Penalty for Progress. And Mpiaki, he was there and he went down and he doesn't look good. He doesn't look good, is Mpiaki, the try scorer. The crowd urging it on to go for the sticks. But I think even for his standards, this is way too far. Julius to set him out, and it's still Mpiaki, and everyone is surrounding him, for they know that this could be very, very unlucky if he had to come off. But he's a strong man and he's still on. Was just a shock. Julius. And it's on the 10-meter line of Young Good Hopes. And here's an opportunity for Progress, 5 minutes before halftime, to score again and then take the lead for the first time in this matchup. It's Ricardo Stout with the ball. He's a veteran. He's played more than 100 games for this outfit. Rising high, and it's Marcelino, but taken beautifully. Not straight, says the referee. And it's a scrummaging there. And it will be a scrum for Tienersen and his team, which is Young Good Hopes. They just couldn't hold it on. There was Progress. And Tienersen feeds. And the scrum standing steady. Progress pressing hard. Tienersen to Van der Bank. Van der Bank spies a gap in behind. And he kicks to the try-scoring machine of Progress, Zenoven. And he runs hard, and still going is Zenoven. And still going because he wasn't held in the tackle. Julius. Oh, and didn't hold his feet, was Mostert. And a great run from Zenovan was just like that taken away from him. But we can take nothing away from the player that he is. And here's Pleiches. Finds the space and kicks it out just a meter of the 10-meter mark into Progress territory. Waiting for it is Duplessis. And Johnson is showing. And this is an unorthodox scrum line. They have one, and he's throwing straight to Johnson, and that is incredible. Oh! That is unlucky for Michaels, because that could have been very, very dangerous. But it's a very strategic line out from Young Good Hopes. They are using only 2 players, and they throw it straight to Johnson. And what that makes is that the Progress team, they can't rise because there's no one to jump to. And that is incredible. That is really, really incredible. Great coaching. And here is Philander for Progress. Julius spreads it out wide to Kibadu, who runs over his man. And into the hands of Jermaine Mostert, who also runs hard. Here is Julius. Mpiaki skips his man, and it almost was a sloppy ball. But here they come once more. And the captain running hard, Ruan Bierkes, throws Nakani to the ground on the other side of the ruck. And here's Christopher Sweeney to Ricardo Stout. Philander and spies a drop kick, but couldn't. Franklin James on the winger. Almost find him on the wing. Ooh! Boomfa! Yes, boy. Great rugby. Vessels running into Nikani. Here's Mano to Gregory. And the referee says, no, we need to focus on the injured player. And Progress, they are playing all the rugby here now. Yes. With Young Good Hopes giving their everything. Incredible stuff here on Graveyard Park, as the fans are just absolutely loving it. They came from far and near, some from Berrydale as well, and some from Buffaloes. Swellendam also in the house, and of course Seabrook. And we shouldn't forget that the people of Kochmanskloof Park is also here in Young Good Hopes in the royal blue. 18 points to 19. And this is a threat of a game. Both teams looking good. It was Young Good Hopes who came out with a flying start, but it is Progress who crawled and clawed their way back into this position. And the scrum has been picked up, says the referee. Both teams looking good in their stride towards supremacy, and Progress at this moment looking very unlikely, but if they can get 5 out of this game, the season is sealed for them. Here is Philander. Julius, who spreads it out wide to Christopher Sweeney. Sweeney runs into the gaps. Brought down. And it is available. And he's still holding it on the ground. And the captain, crawling his way out. And here's Mpiaki, the try scorer, into the captain of Young Good Hope's Hill. Here's Sweeney. Another cap he finds. And the pop-off for Jermaine Mostert. Jermaine still going. And that is beautiful. Here is, oh boy. We know that if the tank would have gotten that ball, it would have been a try. And that is the curtains down on the first half. 18 points to 19. Young Good Hope's 19, Progress 18. 3 tries to 2. And it is enthralling and great. And the atmosphere is electrifying. As this match has started on a high note and has ended on the highest note. And there's only 40 more minutes left as we look at that crowd that came to support in their numbers at the back. Progress and Young Good Hopes mixed alongside the fence. Beautifully, beautifully done by both teams here, as the coaches would now try to get their last things to say onto the field, onto these players. And there's also a lucky drawing. There's the scoreboard. For one person to win 1,000 Rand. And that is incredible, incredible stuff for this half. 3 tries to 2 apiece. And Young Good Hopes, as well as Progress, are trying their best for supremacy. And we know that they will be supreme. The crowd enjoys some refreshments, and we will as well, and we will come back for the second 40. last 40 minutes is well and truly poised for both teams. So there is no way that anyone can go from this field or stand up from their couches, because what we are in for is going to be extraordinary. Both teams, they are looking really, really good in Young Good Hopes as well as Progress. 18 points to 19. And they would want to make reinforcements is Progress. Beautiful stuff. And the referee waiting, and it's pledges for Young Good Hopes to kick off. Gregory backwards to Masterlino quickly. Here's Jermaine Mostert running into defense, but straight through the fence. Here is Philander. The captain spreads it out wide to F. Sweeney. Steps his man, 2-3 man. Oh, goodness me. What a bump there on Turin. Dino with the ball. He's running into space. Gives it up to John Well. Here's Winsley Wessels. And an offload beautifully taken by Windvogel. Philander playing. Here's Herman. Into the hands of Donovan Mpiaki. Available for Philander to his captain, who almost stood still while receiving it. And he has been manhandled by Nikani. Here's Philander. Here's Herman running hard into the defense and been stopped in his tracks and fell over. Here is Wessels, taken in by Zenoven. And makes it available. And penalty, high tackle, says the referee. 18 points to 19. And they are looking to kick it into the stands, and it is on the 20, just a few centimeters from the 20-meter mark, and it's a great position that they find themselves in. And Elcaro Philander, the substitution. And on the field is Stevens for Caro Philander, the veteran. Oh, couldn't take it and knocked on, says the referee. And Masterlino just couldn't hold on to that one, and it is. And might be the nerves of the last 40 that is creeping in here. 18 points to 19. M. Stevens, his first game for Progress. And here is the scrum, set to go. Pushing hard is Young Good Hopes, and nothing happening for both teams. Van der Bank, straight down the throat or not. And that is a massive, massive, massive kick with no wind to blow it at all. Here's Zenoven, offloads it to Stevens, the very first one. Hit off the ball that he gets. Not even to pass it as a scrum half, but to run with it as a winger. Dino calling men to come forward. It's Julius, the playmaker. He spies a gap and he almost got through. And here's Mano in the scrum half position, and Mano saw something and he kicks it beautifully. Here's Winsley Wessels chasing. But it's Kibidu who got the ball and he kicks it in behind, and it's Christopher who then finds the gap, and beautifully so. That is an incredible kick. Almost a hang glider. Look at that. Sweeney, he almost let the ball go, and then he knew that now I have to go for it. And that is an incredible kick to get themselves into a good position. And the wind is starting to blow at the background. And there was no wind before. But now there's a wind coming. And it is Nakani who comes from the other side of the field with the wind. Here they come, Young Good Hopes. Beautifully tackled by Ricardo Stout. Tienison to Van der Bank, who runs hard but runs into Stevens. Tienison loads it off to Turin. Ball needs to become available. Tienison into the hands of his captain. Tries to offload but couldn't get it away. Now it's there for Van der Bank once more. Tackled on the spot. Tienison once more into the hands of Johnson, who took up a few runs just today. And into the space, and he has brilliant feet, and what an offload. And here's Young Good Hopes. The brain with absolutely sensational feet, as well as Kibadu and Duplessis in there. But here's Tienison once more. Van der Bank to the captain. Hill. He runs hard and couldn't offload, but now taken by Franklin James. But the referee said clearly not releasing the tackle, and they wanted to play quick, but had an opportunity because Progress, they were in 10, and now an opportunity for Young Good Hopes to score a try that they would surely invite. And they would tip and run this one. And what a move that was. Background and try time. He scores. He's over. He's over. Young Good Hopes is in. First to draw points in the second half. Beautifully done. Look at that. Plays it out wide and picks it up. Beautifully scored that try. The brain. Here is the kicker. In Plige is the fullback. Scored quite comfortably. There was the inside center of Young Good Hopes, and that one straight away to the left from the boot of Plige is 24 points to 18. And as we look at the replay, he just couldn't strike it well. It's Dino Mano with the ball in hand as Progress would surely want to score here. Dino sends it high up into the air, and that is beautifully taken over the try line in Jermaine Mostert, who hands it off to Donovan Mpiaki, who's still going the try scorer. Such an incredible player. Here's Stevens to D. Julius. Julius with a bad pass onto John Will, and John Will couldn't get it out to Dino Mano, and that is just slight mistakes that they are making, which they shouldn't be making, is Progress, because they need to score the next points. They must score the next points. Otherwise, if Young Good Hopes get the chance, they would surely score. And the scrummaging hasn't looked that well as this game has progressed. Here is Tienison, spreads it out wide to the try scorer. Tienerson once more as the ball spills out and he kicks it in behind. Here's Dino with the ball. Dino steps his man into the hands of Stevens, who's there quickly. Here's Master Lino, who keeps on running. Zenova and Windvogel, they are running out of their own 22. Windvogel still going. Mostert, he's got too much gas. Pass it into the opponent's hands. Oh, that is a mistake that could cost them dearly. Oh, this guy, he's got feet to burn. He's really got feet to burn. He's Duplessis, Sanwan Duplessis. But what a run that was from Zenovan and then Mostert. And holding the ball well was Dino Mano. But Progress, they just couldn't get it out. And now Young Good Hopes has got themselves in a position to strike once more. As that is 3 meters from their own 22, from Progress's 22. And the wind is blowing from right to left. Thrown out wide, but that is taken by Master Lino. And backwards, here is Dino Mano, who spies a gap and he kicks it down the throat and away from him. And that was away from Kibadu. Here's Kibadu, steps his man, and he's got gas as Kibadu. Oh, saw the tank and fell on the ground, and this might be a penalty. Oh, taken. That's beautifully done by John Will. Here is Winsley Vessels who puts it up high. And that ball is on the full, not on the full, but on the halfway line. And I wouldn't think that was the right decision, as reinforcements are now coming onto the field. Beautiful stuff as Julius comes off for Lamini. And as well as Hannes Hendricks. Duplessis with the ball in hand. A few changes made by Progress. And sets it up high, and it's Tienerson, beautifully taken, and a sensational hit there by, they call him Nippy. Here's Janovan, still going, and Stevens has got the ball and fell over was Hannes Hendricks, and they are now giving the ball away. Didn't hold his feet, loses his footing was Hannes. And the referee has said it's time. And what would Young Good Hopes do with this ball? What will they do with this ball? Because they have gone to the lineouts more than often. And now there is an opportunity for them to stretch the lead even more. If they will take this one to the posts. And Zenovan standing up just with a niggle on the leg, and they are going to take this one to the sticks with Plaikis to lay down the law. And they surely would want to secure the win. Because Progress, they would need to score twice. Still a lot of time left. Yes, Plaikis, and that's a sensational strike as he kick with the wind, and that is away to the right. The ball just with the wind. And Progress, they need to get themselves out of this position as the captain, Ruan, is barking orders that they should get behind the ball as Dino has got the ball in hand and he kicks it straight down the throat of Johnson. And taken it in there by the beautiful hands and backwards to Van der Bank. And he's been cramped up. Gregory Titus spying something. Here is, the fullback Pleiches. Still with ball in hand. And taking it was Hannes Bis. And he can't do that. It's the second penalty because the ball was part of the ruck. And that is just silly. Silly mistakes that they are making now. And what will they do? They are going to the line. And that is an absolute peach of a kick. That is a wonderful kick. I'm telling you now, if Young Goodhope scores, it would be difficult. They already have a bonus point. And it's not looking good for Progress. And out wide, beautifully taken there by Young Goodhopes. And here's Van der Bank. Run into the man. And it is incredibly done. Whoa, goodness me. Knocked it on is the brain. Progress with the ball. Here's Stevens. Here is Lamini. Lamini tries to run out of his own 22. And it is John Wilkibadu, the tanker, who runs hard. Still going. It's Kibadu. Oh, goodness me. Look at that from Lamini. Went into it and then handed the ball over. And here is a game on hand that we have. John Wilkibadu running with it hard. Look at that blistering run, the tanker. So hard to put down. And just there, Jermaine Mostert couldn't get at the ball. Here is Duplessis. Throws it into the hands of Johnson and the referee said, that is not straight. He saw that that was not straight. And Johnson, very good in the lineouts, but that time from his hooker, Duplessis. The feed for Stevens. And this is the first scrummaging for Stevens as it gives it to Lamini. Lamini to Jermaine Mostert. And that was stolen there by Van der Bank, who's done beautifully. And beautiful refereeing. Incredible stuff there by Progress, who lost the ball and then on it quickly as a flash was Master Lino, and that's a massive kick from Lamini. Back into a position is Progress to scrub up some points in this half, and they would need to score a converted try. Sensational refereeing by Timmers here. He's done pretty well and has orchestrated this game as the fans has wanted it to go. As you can hear, the Progress supporters are shouting and they are roaring here just beneath the commentary box. Here's Franklin James. Straight into the hands and taking it in. Knock on, says the referee. Here's Young Goodhopes coming coming out with a dangerous play, but kicked into the hands of Zenovan van Vogel, who runs hard into the defense. And Stevens, here is Lamini. Oh! And the referee would want to look if that was deliberate or not. But I think that was a clear and genuine go for interception. Yellow card. And look at that run. There it is, and there's the knock on. Yes, look at that. Yes. And he was also offside, if you can look at that. Just look at it. Yes, he was in an offside position. Incredible camera work and incredible engineering from Monroe. Sensational from Lamini. $24 points to 18, and Franklin James for the throw, and it is Progress who's got an opportunity and stolen. Well done by Progress, and not so well done by Darren Ardendorf, who went and lay on the ball, and it's a scrum for Young Good Hopes. Scrummaging for Young Good Hopes. Tienison to feed. And this will surely go to the wire. Incredible scrum from Progress. Might be a penalty here. Yes, it is. Incredible stuff. They gave it their all. Here they come. Wensley on the line, taken up by Mastelino. Knocked on by Young Good Hopes. Here's the main Mostert. Backwards. And the referee will surely come back for the knock-on. And they must score. They need to give another big scrum here for them to score this try. Stevens with ball in hand. And they've done pretty well with the previous one. Can they do it again, Progress? Still going. Available, says the referee. Here's Lamini. Oh, the tank Kibadu. 1 meter short. Wanted to have it. Here's Hannes Beast. He won't be stopped. The crowd erupts. Under the sticks. Look at that. Stop 1 meter from the try line, and just there, quick play by Stevens. Decoy run there by Vessels, and there he is, Hannes Hendricks under the sticks. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Progress. Look at this, just a quick offload, and there is Kibadu. Boomfa, yes boy. Boomfa! You cannot stop the tank at that point of time. And Van der Bank needs to get up there. And he looks a bit dizzy. Yes, he must come off. Van der Bank, he will not be able to play any further because that is an HIA. He's looking really dizzy. 25 points to 24. Progress. This is what we have talked about all week. Look at that. Penalty, says the referee, and then from there, it's Hannes Bies. Incredibly done. You cannot stop the big man. He's under the sticks. And the crowd is roaring just beneath the commentary box as Plights is waiting for the kickoff. $24 points to 25 is the score. It's a one-pointer. The crowd roars, and that is a beautiful kick. Gregory hitting the ground because he knows. He must have and he should have. Oh, goodness me. That was incredible. The try scorer, Hannes Bies, he just made sure that his opposite number would feel the electricity coming from this crowd. And the referee says, just some friendly fire. Let's go on. Duplessis. Almost nice from Pastelino. But taken in. And they need to tackle him for Duplessis. And he needs to roll away his vessels, trying his best. Penalty. Penalty, Young Good Hopes. Yes, he wanted to get away, was Winsley Vessels, but he just couldn't get himself out of the way. And Young Good Hopes, they looked fantastic from the kickoff. From that kickoff, they looked fantastic. And the crowd is running all after the ball. They are chasing the ball here, is the crowd. And this is what you want from your fans, chasing the ball all over the place. So when they are in their own 22, they are there. When they are in Young Good Hopes 22, they are there. And here's Tienersen for a chance. Running hard and been tackled by Darren Ardendorf. Beautiful defense. Young Good Hopes trying to get out of the way. Here's the captain to Nikani. Wonderful tackle there by Kibidu. Here they come. They need to get something from it. Penalty. Christopher Sweeney. Progress. Goodness gracious me. They are giving everything today. Look at that. Beautifully done. Great hit. And he's still laying, and John Will Kibidu has put in everything. And their crowd. There it is, the fans right alongside their team. They are urging them on. 25 points to 24 and a massive injury. As we have a look across the field and also on the other side of the park of Graveyard, there is the fence, and just alongside the commentary box is fans as well. There it is. The fans supporting. All they would want is to win this game. There is no more 5 points. There is no more wanting to win this game with 5 points. They would want to win this game. That is all. Incredible stuff. Here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Unfortunate injury there. He just came onto the field. And that is, looks like a knee injury. Skirout. Skirout. And that is a knee injury. And that is just bad to tell the least. And now Lamini who kicks it. Will this be out? No, not out. And here's another chance for young Good Hopes. Tackled hard by Mastelino. Steenerson. Here is Hill, the captain. Left in behind by Gregory. Here's Steenerson. Wide ball. And into the hands of Tanovan. Woo, boy, oh boy. And offside, says the referee. They wasn't in line. Because that would have been away to the bleachers. And they would surely take this to the sticks. Of course they are going to the sticks. Trusting Plaatjes to put this over. Plaatjes over, and they are taking the lead back. 27 points to 25. Progress, they would have to score again. Less than 10 minutes to go in this game, and this is on a knife's edge. It's on a knife's edge. Dino with the ball in hand. And they would surely want this game to end on a high. Still have 2 more games to play in Young Warriors. And then also Bonnievale United. And both of them are away games as they hit high. And it's straight onto Johnson, who steps his man. And there was nothing there. There was nothing. Jermaine Mostert going for the ball and rips the ball. Beautifully done. Here is Dino Mano, who leaves it behind, and the referee comes back for that knock-on. And it's a back and forth, but Jermaine Mostert, he went straight for the ball and he ripped it out of their hands. Was Jermaine, he went for nothing else. And that is incredible anticipation of what is an arousing match. And the fans, they are moving where the game is. If the game is on halfway, they are there. If the game is in the 22, they are there. They are moving with the game. Boy, oh boy. All they would want now, Progress, is to score a try. For they need to get a try. Massive one. Stevens. Here is Lamini. Lamini to Sweeney. Christopher. Oh no. Jeez. Couldn't hold on, was Kibidu. Beautifully done, and it's a massive steady scrum it was. Stevens to Lamini. Look at that. And there was the offload to Christopher Sweeney, and he wanted to offload it to Kibidu, who wasn't aware of it coming. And it's another scrum here, but the scrums, with both teams making their subs, has looked incredibly well. 3 points in it. It is now down to the wire. There won't be any more tears left, because this game is on the park. Scrummaging in the 10-meter mark of Young Good Hopes. It's their ball. Young Tienersen has been replaced by Pakir. His first feed, Pakir. Taken up beautifully by Carolus. Carolus running hard. And there's Hannes Hendricks. He knocked it on. Johnson running. And they are throwing the kitchen sink at them, is Young Good Hopes. Here is Pakir. Throws the ball backwards and then he points to another knock on. And it was from Hannes Hendricks. Young Good Hopes believe. Progress thriving. And there would either be an eruption or a total silence when that 80 minutes is over. Both teams looking good. So either an eruption or dead silence. And a scrum feeding from Pakir. Beautifully done from Young Good Hopes. And they are running it wide and taking it in, and spies the gap was Plaikis. Plaikis still going and went for it was Mostert for the ball. And that is incredibly done by Napi. And there is the ball offload. Stevens needs to go. He can't get him. He needs to tackle. Oh! Backwards. Knock on, says the referee. Here's Manu. Kicks it forward. And the referee says knock on. And this is surely their last chance. This would surely be their last chance, Progress. And Progress back in it, the crowd following them once more. And they would want to get themselves out of this position. It is coming to the wire. Young Good Hopes have came to play today, standing the test of time. Will be Progress. And they have come back from these positions far more than once. Franklin James, he's going to stretch the whole 80, as well as the captain with Gregory and Master Lino and Donovan Mpiaki. So all of them waiting for a great anticipated 80 minutes to get past. An incredible scrum there by Young Good Hopes, and it's out. Lamini. Oh, this could be very dangerous. Penalty, says the referee, and that is against Opperman. And it's a penalty, and this would be another fine opportunity for them. With Lamini with the ball. And he's got a massive boot on him. And a great kick to get them out of the clear. Yes, Franklin James and Progress are waiting for Dino, and the referee's just making sure that he's still ready to go. And he says, yes, we're ready to go. Franklin James to throw. He has only 2 in the line out. But here they come forward is the captain. Nice. Beautifully done. Beautifully taken there by Lamini. Sweeney.F. Here they come. He needs to get the ball away. And he throws it into Dino. And that would sum up what has been an incredible matchup. And this is another one against the run of play, against them. Scrum to come for Young Good Hopes. Marlon Phillips to make this stride, to make his stride. Dino Mano coming off. He's done pretty well at the back. And Marlon Phillips, also an incredible player to substitute him. Injuries all over the park. But they are doing what they can and they are doing their best. Scrum to come. But it's Young Good Hope's ball, and they would want to keep this ball in hand long enough. Pakir with it in hand. And Hannes Hendricks, he is a paramedic as well and has just a quick look at the opponent player. And that is how much love there is between these two teams. Progress supporters with their hands in their hair. Young Good Hope supporters on the edge of their seats. And they need an incredible scrum is progress, and they are doing so. But here is Pakir to spread it out wide to Plaikis, who puts it into the deep, and this could go out. And that is incredible. They are just pressing them back and pushing them backwards. And progress out on their feet, but still up and running. And Young Good Hopes, we have to say, they have come on and played this game with an incredible style. And with surely a good energy. And Franklin James, and this is not the position that you would want yourself in, is progress. Master Lino still holding. And he's coming from the other side, and it's Young Good Hopes who come away with it. And there's not much time left, and this is dangerous. And that is really it. As Master Lino just couldn't hold it on, as he was literally swamped by Young Good Hope players. Hannes Bies urging his front rowers to be absolutely relentless in the scrummaging. Big one. Here is Pakir. Pakir kicks it out. And that is the end of it. Young Good Hopes come up with the win. 27-25. And there is the time. Progress They would have to go another week, and they would have to go to Young Warriors. There it is. Young Good Hopes. They came all the way from Aston, and from the very first minute, they were in this match. And progress. As we will see you for the next matchup. Young Good Hopes.